Hello, this is Shai. Today on The Joy of CAD, we will introduce the use of blocks in AutoCAD 2017. A block is a collection of individual objects which are combined into a single named object. For this discussion, we will focus on the block panel of the ribbon located in the Home tab, and we'll specifically focus on the creation and insertion of blocks. A couple things to remember about blocks. Once a block is inserted into the drawing space, AutoCAD treats it as a single item. And in order to make changes to a block after insertion, you must use the explode command. This trips up many first-time AutoCAD users once they insert their block and they can't figure out why they are unable to manipulate the block or the components of the block. Don't forget to explode it first. So let's start with the general block commands. So to create a block, or if we use the keyboard, insert B, block, brings up the block definition command box. This allows you to specify things like the base point, objects, behavior like annotations, number of other settings. Specifically the base point for insertion, and the objects, specifying which objects you want to be in the block is critical, most critical. We also have the edit command, or BE for block edit, or B-edit. This brings up an edit definition command box. You'll select the block that you want to edit, and then this will bring up the block that you've already created. There are none in here right now, which is why it's empty. We'll create an example in a moment. Once you select that, then it'll bring up a palette of other options that you have available. And finally, we have the insert, or I, block insert. And this allows you to choose from a selection of blocks that you already have created, and you can specify where on the screen, the scale, the rotation, etc., that you want that block to be inserted. So those are the three primary commands that you'll use for creating, editing, and inserting blocks. So let's go ahead and create a block example. Let's see, let's just create a rectangle here, and we'll insert some text. Let's see. Create a text block across here. Sample block. And let's go ahead and justify that. Okay, and how about, let's see, we'll draw some circles on here. Alright, so there's an example of something that we want to block. Oh, so this is a rectangle. So let's go ahead and explode that so that we have a number of, let's see, we should have about 9 objects here. Let's highlight those. Yes, so we have 9 objects. So we're going to block this, B, or you could select the Create button in the ribbon. Now it wants to know a name for the block. We'll call it example block. And we're going to specify on the screen the base point, the objects. Okay. So now it's asking me or prompting me for the insertion base point. Let's specify this lower left corner. And now to select the objects. We select those. We could have selected the objects first and then blocked, either way. We right click. This brings up the block editor that we mentioned earlier with some palettes and such. Lots and lots of customization features here. We're going to go ahead and close this block editor. All right, so now we have, if we look at our Insert tab, an example block showing. So we are going to go ahead and select this for Insert. And notice that it wants to insert where the cursor is in the lower left. We insert, and now we have just inserted a block. It is just that easy. So let's try to select this block. And if I do, notice the entire block highlights. If we look at it in the Properties reference, it's only showing the one item. So let's take this object and explode it. And now you'll notice that it's in individual pieces. If we evaluate it, it should be 9. It is. That's our block. So blocks are only available within the drawing in which they were created. However, there are right blocks which are available. They act just like regular blocks, which are available across all of your drawings. This is a great feature. Many employers will have block libraries of symbols and drawings, even full drawings available through the block feature. Very nice. And that, again, the W block behaves very similar to the regular block. And finally, notice that we have several block attributes at the top that we can define. So these features allow you to automatically insert information like tags, coordinates, names, etc. Into your block upon insertion. It's a very cool feature and can be hugely time-saving. So this concludes this session of The Joy of CAD. Enjoy.